All right, so I wanted to do a video on shower backers for tile, and I just wanted to talk about a few things that are pretty critical when you're installing the system that is behind your tile to make sure it doesn't leak or rot out over time. You know, the old days you'd use green board or drywall. If your contractor used green board, great. And you'd put that over plastic that would draped over the walls. That was proven that it leaked and didn't last very long until it started rotting out your home and stuff. So a couple things I wanted to discuss were the backer should always come out just past about an inch and a half past the edge of your tub. Both sides here you can see that come out. The other thing I want to talk about that's super critical that so many people don't do is this little gap along the bottom of the backer between the tub. So you can see you want a minimum of a 1/4 inch because water always gets back in there and you don't want it to touch the backer because it will wick up and then it'll stay wet and it will rot out your framing and what's behind and possibly leak and stuff. So a few other things I wanted to talk about were screws. Use screws. Nails will always back out. It doesn't matter what you use, no matter what trade you're doing. Nails will always find a way to back themselves out. Screws are permanent. I always use the specific screws for the job, which are these. For Wonder, it's this Rock-On 1.25 inch. Great screw, large head on there to hold the Wonder board in place, as opposed to nails. On those screws, the instructions say 6 to 8 inch on center at edges and in the middle. So I do 6 to 8 inches on the edges and in the middle. Obviously not all edges, but the edges that dead end into a corner. You know, some people will say 6 to 12 inches and stuff. Well, I'm going to do 6 to 8 because that's what they recommend. Another thing you want to do is behind the backer, where it comes down and meets the tub lip creates a little bit of a gap, and so you get kind of a rolling out of the backer. So you want to shim that wall, and you can do it gradually or you can do it all the way up, because you'll see that in the tile once you get done. So you want to shim that wall out, each stud, to eliminate that roll transition from the tub edge where that lip comes up on the Wonder board. On all gaps, on all edges of the Wonder board, you want a gap. You can see here and in the corners, everywhere there should be a minimum 1/8 inch gap. You don't want some gaping hole of a gap, especially on the horizontal here. I just usually use a screw. I'll put a screw at one end, one at the other, and then that will create that 1/8 inch gap that's recommended by the manufacturer at edges. Even up here, you can see the gap up there and stuff on those. For all your cutouts, not your straight line cuts, but for your shower valve and your drain, and then for your for your tub drain system, and then for your shower head, I use an oscillating saw just with a bimetal blade. It works great. You know, this circle here I cut in about 30 seconds. It cuts right through it, super easy. Kind of lay the saw down sideways a little bit, so it'll cut circles and everything great. For long cuts, I use a Hardie blade, like you do for Hardie siding, concrete siding. That works the best. You can score this stuff, or if you're using Hardie backer, the same thing. Hardie backer, Wonder board, it's pretty much the same. They're a concrete-based product with a mesh reinforced in there. I like Wonder board a little bit better, but the Hardie blade or a concrete cutting blade is the best way to cut this stuff. You can score it. The last thing that I want to talk about is above the shower head, you want a minimum of 3 inches above that. You want your backer, so, and your tile. So here I did 6-7 inches above that shower valve or shower head up there. You can go all the way to the ceiling, but minimum you want to be 3 inches above that. If you're doing a rain head out of the ceiling, like a shower head like that, then I would take this Wonder Board and make sure I go all the way to the ceiling, because any chance of that water getting out and stuff, it just takes care of that issue of damaging your drywall and then creating rot and stuff. So anyhow, you know, if you have any questions or anything, put them in, I'll respond. Please like the video, and if you want to subscribe also, that'd be great. Hope you guys have a great day, and good luck on all your construction projects.